Hey everyone, Summer with the Star Ascendant, and I'm back again. 12 Days of Yule by Ivy the Occultist. Again, I will leave a link down in the description to her videos. Um, Today's day 23, well, today, this is the third day, but it's the 23rd. And the prompt is to reflect on your practice from the last year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn you around and I'm going to show you one of my tarot books for this last part of the year. I've already done a video, which again, I will leave in the description, of like my first tarot decks, my first 5, and then my most recent 5 tarot decks, which I think kind of goes back into my practice. One of the things that I did learn during my practice is that I I started out just doing like tarot readings, and I do my yearly tarot readings, and then I do monthly tarot readings, and then I was doing tarot readings with Dawn Michelle in her Weavers group. I have since canceled that subscription just because I cannot personally keep up with it. But otherwise, I loved doing her weavers. Like, it was amazing, and it was so good for my practice, honestly. So I've come a long way in my tarot practice because of that, even in my spiritual practice, just because of that. But I did learn, one of the things is I started out doing tarot cards and just kind of talking about the meanings of the cards and how they kind of went with my life, but I wasn't really talking about my life with it. So this last part of December, this whole December, I guess, in that line, I have been going a lot deeper with my tarot and actually talking about my days and my weeks and how those moments in my life are pertaining to the actual readings. And you would think, oh yeah, you're supposed to do that, but that's not how I was really doing it. I was doing like, oh yeah, and I can see the King of Cups in my life because, of this, or I can see the devil in my life because sometimes I have a hard time, staying on task or not getting carried away with something that I'm infatuated with, right? And that's as far as I would go. But I was looking back trying to decide how to review my practice, right, for the year for 2023, and I realized I didn't really talk about much. So I was like, okay, this needs to change. So in December, I've been changing it. And when I go into 2024, I plan to continue that change and kind of move forward into really journaling on each card, in each prompt, whatever I'm doing with my tarot. So I'm going to turn you around. I'm going to show you my tarot journal, and I'll be right back. All right, so here is my tarot journal that I was talking about. I have done pretty much a walkthrough on this previously. I'm doing this right by my Christmas tree, see? Because I don't have a lot of room. Anyways, so this was when I first started the Dawn Michelle thing. Like, I've done some tarot stuff before, but I started the Dawn Michelle thing, I think, in April, I'm pretty sure. And we started off the Weavers Fair, and it was like this big elaborate thing, and you pull tarot cards, and it sends you through this whole elaborate story, and you get to do that for the whole month, and that was so cool, right? It was super cool. It wasn't like deep personal stuff. This is all just stuff like we went through a story, kind of like an adventure, and that was really cool to do with the tarot because I'd never done that before. So yeah, that was super cool. And then she moved back into her monthly medicine, which is she just gives you these prompts, and the prompts has like a theme. Like, this one was once upon a time, it was like fairy tales and stuff like that. And you take the cards and she gives you prompts that are based off fairy tale stuff, and then you like supposed to work it out, you know what I mean? But you can see here that I wrote a little bit, but it wasn't like I said, it wasn't like I didn't do like really, really deep dive things into these readings, which I feel like I should have, honestly. I feel like I should have. And so this is my whole practice. Like, at first I started out with this. I was doing pictures and stickers and creating cool pages and all that other stuff. But ultimately, it got to the point where my life got really hectic. And that's probably right in this flow area. So it was like around the summer, middle summer, maybe going into August. And life kind of just happened. And then September and October happened. And I have like a lot of events that I do during the during the winter months, I guess, the autumn months, because that's what I do for a living, is my art. My clay art is what I do for a living. So I do events each month, and that does not make time for a lot of elaborate tarot stuff. So I did my best, but you can see like I didn't finish some of it. And so I kind of left a couple of the pages blank, thinking I was going to go back to it, but I didn't. And so then now we're into this part, which is like December's. And I started doing way more in-depth stuff. I took out the pictures, and like you can see, each question, like on the other ones, let's see, we're going to go back here to the best one to show you that on is like the fairy tale one. So the fairy tale one, you have all these questions, and then these are my answers to the questions, okay? And then that's it. That's all there is. So what I did is I changed it to where each question has its own whole thing, right? So that's what I did I've been doing for all of December. And honestly, I like it. I think it's working out really well for me, and I'm going to continue doing it. So I'm not done with this book. I have this much left. And once I feel it up, I will do like a full walkthrough of it. But yeah, this is my tarot book, my tarot practice. It's really fun, but it also can be super time consuming. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a very great day.